Happy New Year, everybody! If you are following this channel closely, you may have noticed a lull in activity over the last 2 months or so. Apart from being busy with other projects, this really was due to the long tail end of my COVID infection, which dragged on for about half a year. But I'm starting to feel much better now, and I'm confident that I'll be back to normal soon. Well, as normal as my normal state of being is, that is. Anyway, no need to feel sorry for me, that was really just to explain the reduced activity, and I'm now planning to be more active again here on YouTube. And to kick it off, let's have a quick look back at what happened in 2022 and what I'm planning to do in the upcoming year. So as for 2022, the YouTube channel grew at a slow but steady rate. There were about 1100 new subscribers, which brings the total now to something like 1600, 1700 subscribers. Thank you all very much. If you subscribed, if you've not yet subscribed, you know what to do. I released 38 videos in the last year, which is an average of about a video every 9.5 days. It is often said that 1 video per week is good, but I actually find that quite a lot, not just from the production side, but I myself also find it hard to keep up with the channels I'm following if there's a new video every single week. Be that as it may though, in 2022 there were 62,500 views accumulating 4,900 hours of watch time. Thank you if you've contributed to that. So all these numbers are not humongous, this still is a very small channel, but none of the topics I cover are bound to attract the masses. But who knows, last year the game Xenoblade Chronicles generated a noticeable interest in Shinobue, and the Ghost of Tsushima did the same a bit further back. And of course it's possible that something like this might happen again in the future. And while games of this type are much too violent for my own taste, I really appreciate the interest they generate in traditional Japanese music. I still doubt that this will ever lead to a situation where this type of music becomes mainstream though. The channel also reached another milestone. In September it was monetized, so now I'm raking in the dollars and have the new problem that I don't know what to do with all this money. So far I've earned a whopping $128, before taxes of course. Anyway, now I can retire. But if you think this riveting internet show needs even more bling than it already has, you can now also give me a super thanks here on YouTube, down below. And maybe at some point I'll do channel memberships too. What do you think? Would that be of interest to you? If so, raise your hand. Great, that's your workout done for the day. You see, things are getting even sillier this year. It's not planned, it's just in my nature. I cannot fight it. Around the same time as the cash from YouTube started to roll in, well, YouTube actually has not paid me yet, but fingers crossed. I think they're a good company. Around the same time, I also started my Patreon page. So far, this hasn't really worked the way I expected. On the one hand, I have not attracted as many subscribers as I anticipated. I'm not complaining. I'm super grateful for each and every one who has subscribed there, but of course I had some numbers in mind. But on the other side, almost half of them are on the high-paying levels. Maybe the lowest level is too expensive. I just went with a recommendation from Patreon on this one, so I'm not really sure. So financially, I'm roughly at the point where I thought I might be after a few months, but not with as many subscribers. Live and learn. Let's see where this Patreon road will take me. Patreon also finally got me to sit down and start writing my own shakuhachi playing guide, because now I have to provide an update every month. Writing comes quite easy to me, but I find it helpful to write for something rather than just doing it for its own sake. Another aspect of Patreon is that I discovered that making informal videos, which are one type of the Patreon rewards, is actually a lot of fun, because my regular videos are just so much work. One of these informal types I also posted here on YouTube. This was the one where you could observe me doing my daily practice. I'll link that up here. I think I finally got the right side. This is where the thing is showing, right? So please watch that. The final and most rewarding aspect of doing Patreon, though, is that now there is a more direct connection with people who are interested in what I'm doing. And I find this to be very rewarding and uplifting as well. It really motivates me to carry on. Almost all comments here on YouTube are very positive too, but Patreon is more of a long-term relation with these people, and that is really very nice. As with YouTube, I doubt that this Patreon page will ever get very big, but that just makes each person on there so much more special. So thanks to everybody who supports me on Patreon. If you have any ideas on how to improve my Patreon page, please just get in touch. Constructive feedback is always very much appreciated. It's too expensive, it's too boring, there is too much content, there is too little content, there is no incentive because YouTube videos are free anyway, so why should I pay? And so on and so on. Of course, what I'm mostly interested in is to hear from people who watch me on YouTube but are not interested in Patreon. Important disclaimer, there is no judgment here at all. I'm really just curious on what makes people tick. So now for 2023. In real life, a few shakuhachi events over the course of the next half year are starting to shape up. Concerts, workshops, teaching and so on. And as soon as these are a bit more concrete, I'll let you all know, of course. But after the pandemic and all this recent COVID malarkey, that's something I'm really looking forward to. It also looks like some of the usual events will take place again this year in the real world.
Welcome to the real world.
The summer school in Dublin from the European Shakuhachi Society will take place in July, as well as the International Shakuhachi Festival in Prague, which is at the end of May, early June. Look up the dates on the interwebs. As for my plans for YouTube, I'm sure I'll continue the introduction series for shakuhachi as well as the one for shinobue, although I already covered quite a bit of ground and more advanced topics are a bit difficult to do in a non-interactive format, which is why I'm always going on about getting lessons. It's just so much easier for both sides actually, not just for the learner, also for trying to convey the knowledge and the skills. I'm currently thinking that a few short videos on special techniques like koro might be useful, and I'm currently also thinking about suitable video formats on the history of shakuhachi and on topics like why play shakuhachi outside of Japan in the first place, if it's such a Japanese instrument. I think that's enough for now. These update videos don't get many views anyway, but I thought it'd still be good to do one again at this point. As always, thanks for watching, and if you've not seen it yet, watch my performance of Sagari Nami, which I'll link here somewhere. Still new to this, but if I point here, I think I can add the link to the video. So this performance of Sagari Nami, that's my last video. Actually, if you've already seen it, watch it again. I think it's okay to watch it twice or 3 times or more often. Anyway, enough of the silliness. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.